Hey guys, I hope you are all doing well. This is Jan here from Starlit Voice. Hope you are staying safe and healthy. So, as you guys know, all the schools are shut and it looks like they're going to be shut for a little while more. So, we've decided that we are going to record some videos for you guys, some home lessons. And these lessons are specifically designed for you guys to do at home, either by yourselves or with your friends and family. So please feel free to get them involved. They are going to cover topics like public speaking, musical theatre, acting, a little bit of movement, a little bit of dance, all sorts of things. So we really hope you enjoy these lessons. We really hope that you learn something from these lessons, and we hope that they will be able to keep you sane while you're, stuck at home and you can't go anywhere at the moment. We really, really miss you guys. We hope to see you again soon for another, round of exciting lessons face to face. But for the time being, stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy. We'll see you again soon. All right, bye. What we're going to do today is a very basic public speaking class. We're going to look at writing a speech and then a little bit at how to present that speech. But before we do that, we have to go through some exercises, some vocal warm-ups and some physical warm-ups to get you ready to do some public speaking. Now, the reason we're all sort of standing in a row like this is practically just to present to you guys how we would do this normally. But in a class setting we wouldn't be standing like this. We would always be standing in a circle, right? So just for now, let's pretend we are standing in a circle. All right, so the first thing we're going to want to do is do a nice little breathing exercise, but we're always going to want to stand up straight. So let's start at the bottom. We're going to work with our feet. Put your feet together, toes together, heels together. You're just going to open up your feet like that and open up your heels like that. And now your feet should be hip width, shoulder width apart. Okay, next thing you're going to do is stand up nice and straight. Pretend that there is a string tied to the top of your head and there's a balloon floating all the way up into the sky, pulling you up nice and straight. I don't need you to go up on your tippy toes, just stand up nice and straight with the balloon tugging at your head, going up into the sky. The next thing we're going to do is relax our shoulders. The nice quick way of doing that is by pulling them up to your ears. So we're going to just lift our shoulders and try to tickle our ears with them. All right, 1, 2, 3, up. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and drop them down. And 1, 2, 3, up. Hold them, hold them, hold them, hold them, hold them, and drop them down. Last time. 1, 2, 3, up. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and drop them down. All right, very good. Now, the reason you want to stand up nice and straight and have your shoulders relaxed is to keep any tension out of your throat and by extension out of your vocal cords. Because if you don't stand up straight, if you have tension in your shoulders, it will change the quality of your voice. If you slouch forward, it will change the quality of your voice. If you move your head back too far or too far up or to the sides, it'll change the quality of your voice. So you want to keep your body nice and straight and in an upright position. All right, so now that we've done that, we can start some breathing. All you're going to do is breathe in through your nose, nice and deep, and out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. All right, very good. One more time. Okay. Now, some of you may have noticed that I've been doing the wrong thing. Try not to raise your shoulders when you breathe in. So not like this, but rather like this. Keep all the air in your belly and in your lungs. Because again, if you raise your shoulders, you're going to put tension on your neck and on your vocal cords. All right? So one last big breath. And out. Okay, now this is one of my favorite exercises. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 5 seconds, we're going to hold it for 5 seconds, we're going to breathe out for 5 seconds, and we're going to hold it for 5 seconds. So I want you to start with empty lungs and breathe in all the way from 1 to 5. Don't stop breathing, don't breathe too quickly, don't go and then hold it for 5 seconds. Go nice and smoothly from 1 to 5, from empty lungs to full lungs. All right, so let's go all the air out of your lungs and in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, take a nice deep breath in. Now don't get scared if you feel a little lightheaded when doing that exercise. It's perfectly normal. If you do feel a little lightheaded, stop and breathe normally. The only reason you do feel lightheaded is because you're all of a sudden getting all of that oxygen into your body. Okay? We're going to do that exercise again, but we're going to go for 7 this time. All right, everything out. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe normally. All right, last one. We're going to push it all the way to 10. Yeah? Okay, let's go. Everything out. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, breathe normally. Remember, when you are doing that exercise, to keep standing up straight, have your arms next to your sides or in front of you or behind you, but preferably next to your sides. And remember not to lift your shoulders as you're breathing, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to blow out some birthday candles. And what we're going to do is, we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to blow out 3 birthday candles. All right, very good. When you blow out those candles, make sure that you push out all the air from your lungs with your diaphragm and with your abdominal muscles, all your stomach muscles, all those muscles that hurt when you do some sit-ups. Yeah? We're going to go again, but this time we're going to blow out 5 birthday candles. So nice deep breath in. And all right, very good. Last one, 7 times. Okay, very, very good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the candy store. It's my favorite place in the whole wide world. We're going to buy all sorts of candies. And the first candy we are going to buy is just a bit of chewing gum. So let's put the chewing gum in our hands. We're going to unwrap it. We're going to put the piece of paper into a trash bin. I'll pick that up later. Put the chewing gum into your mouth, and we're going to chew it. And we're just going to chew. We're going to chew all the flavor out of that chewing gum. Get it right into the back of your mouth, underneath your tongue, and spit it out. Very good. Next thing we're going to do is get the biggest jawbreaker you've ever seen. Put it in your hand, and we're going to shove it in our mouths. I'm going to try and chew it as well. Get that jawbreaker as far as you can go. And spit it out. All right, very, very good. Please don't spit on anything valuable. Jawbreakers are big and heavy and they might break things. The next thing we're going to do is buy the most delicious candy you can think of. And whatever candy that is for you, you can make up your own mind, whether it's a piece of chocolate or a cabbage flavored candy, or maybe an anchovy lollipop, whatever the case might be. If you like it, buy it. So we're going to take our favorite piece of candy, we're going to put it in our hands, and we're going to shove it in our mouth. And I want to see how much you enjoy that piece of candy. Really good. Remember to make those faces nice and big when you're chewing your candy. Really enjoy that piece of candy. All right, spit it out. Next one, we're going to get something really, really disgusting. I don't mind what it is as long as it's disgusting for you. For me personally, it's an old sock-flavored piece of chewing gum. All right, put it in your hand and shove it in your mouth. Ew, that's really, really gross. Quickly, spit it out. All right, last one we're going to do is get a piece of sour candy. All right, take a piece of sour candy in your hand and in your mouth. Oh, do you feel how it sits right there? Like all the lemons in the world. Just had a party on your tongue. All right, spit it out. All right, very good. Now, let's move on to some facial exercises. All we're going to do is we're going to hum. That's it, that's all. Try not to go too loud, don't go too soft. Find a volume that is comfortable for you. Don't go too high and don't go too low. We're just going to hum at a nice natural level, all right? So take a nice deep breath in and we're going to hum. And while my friends and colleagues behind me are humming, I'm going to explain what we're going to do next. We are going to keep humming, but we're just going to go from a to a ah. So 1, 2, 3. All right, here comes the ridiculous part. We're not just going to go ma. That's not going to help anyone. So we have to go as big as we possibly can. We're going to go ma. I don't hear any of you. Oh. Right, 1, 2, 3. Ma. Move that jaw around. And small face. Small as you can go. All right, very good. Give your face a rub. Get into all those muscles in the back of your jaw, in your cheeks, your nose, your lips, your forehead. You can even give your ears a wiggle if you need to. All right, very, very, very good. All right, next thing we're going to do is work on a little bit of articulation. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to start by warming up our tongue. Our tongue is just one big muscle, and if you're going to do any kind of sport or activity, you want to warm up all of your muscles. So we're going to warm up our tongue. Best and fastest way to do that is to get it moving. So let's go tongue out. As far as you can go. And to the left. You guys are gross. Okie dokie. Now, I want everyone to repeat after me. We're going to take this nice and slow. It is just an easy, simple tongue twister that you can do at home just to get all those little B and T sounds, getting them to sound nice and crisp. So we're going to do the following. Repeat after me. Betty bought some butter.
Betty bought some butter.
But the butter Betty bought was bitter.
But the butter Betty bought was bitter.
So Betty bought some better butter.
So Betty bought some better butter
to make her bitter butter better.
to make her bitter butter better.
All right, we're going to do that one more time, but just a little bit faster this time. Remember to put the emphasis on all those B's and those T's. Every time you come to a B, Betty. And if you come to a T, Betty. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3. Betty bought some butter. But the butter Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought some better butter to make her bitter butter better. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar with that tongue twister, that's fine. You can go over this video again and again if you want to get used to it and maybe go faster and faster and faster and really impress your mom and your dad and your friends and your dog. Okay, next thing we're going to do is work on our diaphragm. We've already done that a little bit with some of the breathing exercises that we did. Remember when we blew out the candles? The same muscles that you use to push out the air is the same muscle you're going to use in this exercise, okay? All we're going to do is we're going to go s, f, s, f. Okay, that's it. Just an S and an F sound. 1, 2, 3. S, f, s, f, s, f, s, f, s, Okay, very, very good. Now that muscle over there is one of the most important muscles that you're going to use when you do public speaking or acting or singing or any kind of performance where you need to use your voice. The reason for that is because that muscle and using all the abdominal muscles, all your stomach muscles, push out the air from your lungs through your vocal cords out your mouth. So the more air you can push out through your lungs, through your vocal cords and out your mouth, the louder you can speak for longer. So that's why we do breathing exercises like the counting to 5 or the blowing out the candles or the one we just did, so that we can get that muscle working as much as possible. Okay? I think that pretty much covers it for our basic warm-up. I hope you guys followed along. If not, that's fine. You've got this video forever now, so you can always come back to it when you need to. All right, let's move on. Okie dokie, you can see that we have now moved into an almost circle. You are now part of the circle. Congratulations, welcome. It's a very good place to be. Okay, let's move on. We are going to do an exercise that focuses on facial features. If you wear glasses, please take them off because you're probably not going to need them for this. What we're going to do is a game called Exaggeration Circle. Essentially, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick an emotion or I'm going to pick a gesture. I am going to do that gesture. I'm going to show it to everyone here and to you guys at home. And then the person to my right is going to do the exact same gesture or the exact same facial expression, but they're just going to exaggerate it a little bit more. They're going to make it a little bit bigger than I did it. And then we're going to move around the circle. Owen's going to do the next one. Kevin is going to do it even bigger than that. Kendra's going to do it even bigger than that until it gets huge. Now, I know that, you might not have a circle of people around you at the moment, and that's okay. What you can do is you can, if you are out with your friends and you feel like you need to play this game, please feel free to do so. Or go and stand in front of a mirror and have this game by yourself. Start very small and work up and see how big you can make those expressions and those gestures, okay? We're going to start very, very small. All I'm going to do is go... Oh. You see, now Kendra's given me a very, very big task because that was pretty big. I have to go even bigger than that, which means Tiffany is going to have to go even bigger than that. So let's see how we can do this. 1, 2, 3. Beat that. All right, good. I can't go any bigger than that. Probably not, because I don't want to make Kendra feel bad. But what we are going to do, So what we are going to do is we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to get a new facial expression. So can I have a volunteer, please?
I'll go ahead.
Thank you.
Ah.
Oh, very good. All right, nice and surprised. Or like you figured it out. A eureka moment. All right, let's go for that one. Ha!
Ah.
Ah! Ah!
Ah.
Aha!
Ah.
Ah!
All right, very cool. Can we move on to another one? One more?
Ooh!
I like that one.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Ooh! Ooh!
Ooh.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Oh, I can't beat that. That's it. That's it.
All right, very, very good. So the idea in this game, or for this game, is for you to start small and go bigger, 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 so that you can see that, there's always room for you to use a little bit more expression. When you do some public speaking, we don't necessarily want you to stand in front of your audience and just speak like this the whole time. You are allowed to smile or to act surprised or to frown if you're speaking about a specific topic that makes you angry. You are allowed to use your expressions. And this exercise is a good way for you to practice those expressions in a nice, safe, and fun way. All right, let's move on to the most important part of today's lesson, and that's the actual public speaking. Let's get writing some speeches. Get paper, get pen, and cut. And we're back, but this time we're on the floor. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start writing our speeches. But before we start writing our speeches, there are a couple of things that we need. Before I tell you what those things are, let me just stress to you guys that what we're going to do here now, and you are going to do at home, pretty much covers speeches of any kind. We're just going to do a very basic example right now. But if you're ever going to write a speech, or if you ever need to write a speech for anything, maybe in a class or maybe as a presentation, whatever the case might be, all of this stuff can be used when you are going through your speeches and your presentations. So let's get started with a topic. Now, the topic that I would like for you guys to write about today is your hobby, particularly your favorite hobby. The reason we're doing this particular topic is because this is something that you should know quite a lot about. It's not like, astrophysics, where you might know just a little bit. You should know quite a lot about your hobby, which means you've got a lot of information about your hobby, which is great, because the more info you have about it, the more you can say about it, okay? So, once you've picked your favorite hobby, now we need to start planning our speeches. And when it comes to planning our speeches, very basic thing to do is to divide your speech into 3 parts. And that is the beginning, the middle, and the end. And these are all pretty self-explanatory. The beginning of the speech. What goes into the beginning of the speech? It's introducing what you're going to speak about. Sometimes you might want to introduce yourself. So you might want to say, "Good morning, my name is Jan, and today I'm going to speak about my hobby." A good reason to do, or a good way of introducing your topic, is by saying why you want to speak about your topic. So, good morning, my name is Jan. Today I'm going to speak about my hobby because I want all of you to know how interesting reading can be. Then you're going to move on to the middle of the speech. And in the middle of the speech is where all the big information goes. So you can put in how your hobby works, if it's got a lot of rules maybe. Maybe you enjoy swimming, So you're going to explain, well, in swimming, you're going to need a swimming pool, and I enjoy going to the swimming pool because the water is nice and cool when the weather is hot. I also enjoy swimming because it provides me with some exercise. So as you can see, there's loads of things that you can say about your particular hobby. Always remember, always remember, the more you can put in saying why you enjoy that hobby or why you enjoy that particular thing, or just giving reasons, the better. The more reasons you have, the better your speech is going to be. Okay? That way you can persuade people to really understand and to really enjoy your hobby as much as you do. Okay? The next thing you want to do is go on to the ending of the speech. And in the ending of the speech, you're basically just going to summarize what you have said in the previous parts of the speech. So you're going to repeat yourself a little bit. You're going to say, thank you very much for allowing me to present my speech and my ideas. Today I spoke about swimming. I told you why I enjoyed swimming, and I really hope you can, enjoy it with me one day. Maybe you want to reintroduce yourself, but that's not really all that necessary. It's always a nice thing to say thank you, though. So when you've got your beginning, your middle, and your end, you can plan your speech. You can go away and you can say, well, I am going to say in the beginning this and this and this. You can work them down into sort of headlines or bullet points of what you want to put in the beginning, in the middle, and the end. You can say in the middle, I'm going to speak about A, B, and C. And in the end, I am going to repeat myself. I am going to say, I spoke about A, B, and C. Then you're going to go away and you're going to find the information you need about all those topics in the beginning and the middle and the end of your speech. You're going to do some research. And when you do research, you go out and you ask friends, you do interviews, you go out onto the internet and you Google a few pieces of information about your topic. You go out to the library, you go find some books that cover your topic. You watch some videos, you read some books, watch some videos, do all kinds of research as much as you can to find as much info as you can about your topic. But again, in this case, we're talking about your hobby. So you should, in theory, already know quite a lot about it. Okay. Now that we've got that down, the next thing I want you to do is add a literary device. Now, a literary device is a pretty large phrase. All it basically means is a cool thing to do when you're writing, essentially. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in a rhetorical question. Some people might know what a rhetorical question is, some people might not. And a rhetorical question is a very, very easy thing to understand. All a rhetorical question is a question where somebody already knows the answer. You don't expect them to answer you. So a good example of a rhetorical question would be, I really love chocolate. I want to have chocolate right now. Don't you think the world would be a better place if I had some chocolate right now? That's a very good rhetorical question because yes, everyone knows the answer is yes. If I had chocolate right now, the world would be a better place. Try and find a place somewhere in your speech, either in the beginning or in the middle or in the end, to put in a rhetorical question. If I can give you a helpful tip, maybe put it into the end. I would generally put a rhetorical question either in the end or the beginning, but in my case, in the end. After I've spoken about my topic, I would say, don't you think my topic is as enjoyable as I make it sound? Don't you think swimming is great? Or don't you want to try more reading? These are rhetorical questions. We already know the answer. Because I've already spoken about it, I've already persuaded people that yes, they do want to know more about these things. They do enjoy my topic. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. We are going to write about our hobby. We are going to have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and we are going to put in one rhetorical question somewhere in that speech. Okay? Now don't worry about making your speech too long. If your beginning is just a very quick introduction, even if you have just 3 points in the middle, and even if your ending is just thank you very much for listening, that's it, that's all. Even if your whole speech is just 20 seconds long, that's all we need to do for today. The reason for that is the more you practice, the better. Even if your speech is just that quick, the more you can do it, the better it is. Okay? So let's get started. Hey guys, so I hope that you enjoyed that video and that you enjoyed some of the lessons. I hope you actually got to learn something. Please remember that when you're doing your speeches, to stand up nice and straight, keep your shoulders relaxed, have your arms and your hands either in front of you or to your sides or behind you. We don't need to see you fidgeting too much or scratching or digging in your nose. Nobody wants to see that. When you are giving your speech, always remember to take a nice deep breath before you start, and then always use your diaphragm and your abdominal muscles to squeeze out the air from your lungs through your voice and out through your mouth so that you can speak nice and loud and clear. And the next thing that I want to ask is, please, when you have some time, record your own videos. Send us your speeches so that we can send you some feedback, and then hopefully we can help you out if you have some problems with your speeches as well. We hope to see you again soon in our classes. In the meantime, keep practicing. We'll see you again soon. Bye.